talking about burning in this video, folks. Let's take a deeper look as to what's going on with the burning, how Binance are doing, and really what's going on with these. There's different articles that keep coming up every time burns keep coming up specifically as well, and with the other sorts of movements we're making here, specifically with the proposals that have just passed and what could possibly pass in the future. Binance have burnt 1.41 billion. That's about $112,000, give or take, I think, depending on market. Anything could happen by the time this video comes out. Might have got that bullish signal all of a sudden. But it's good that Binance are still burning, because as much as we sit and we think that we are not a favored child of Binance's, I think they've got some sort of weird underlying plan. There's something to all of this, right? If you owned Binance and you were CZ Binance, would you just throw away $112,000 a month just for the crack? Would you do that? Would you? Or would you have figured out some sort of long play 4D chess strategy? That's what I would have done. I would have figured out a way that we could have backed it in a silent manner, helped it along its way to restore what I'd lost, because ultimately a loss is a loss, right? And I don't think they have to register, and hear me out here, they don't have to register what they've lost until they sell those coins that they lost it on, right? So the potential of it going back up and possibly not, this could all just be a weird tax situation for Binance. And when I look into it deeper, I think it's in their best interest, no matter what, to see LUNC prosper. And there's some people think there's a deeper conspiracy that they're out to get us, but it doesn't explain, does it? Why would you burn 1.41 billion a month? And I try to stay away from the Binance burns and try not to do videos on them, but people love burning. They love to hear about burning, and it's good sentiment, especially when there's articles like this emerging. Terra Classic presents a buying opportunity as bullish signals emerge. Now, these bullish signals could be anything. They can literally be anything. But apparently it's garnering support from industry giant Binance for its latest network upgrade. The token's value has been on a steady decline, losing nearly 10% of its value in a month. We've covered this in a previous video today about the issue currently that we are in an area of an all-time low, and we're sort of teeter-tottering around that area. The sheer decline stopped, and we're leveling out, so to speak, and it slightly looks like it's coming back up ever so slightly. If we hold control and we zoom down, we go, and you can sort of see it's trying to scoop out by the looks of things, but we still run this risk of continuing to go down. And I think driving bullish sentiment behind this it's really important, because SHIB have such a huge community behind them, right? And they're such a lovely community. They're so supportive, and they're so defensive of their beloved Shiba Inu tokens, because they believe in the process and they believe in the burns. And if we look at how much they've got to burn through and how much we've got to burn through, and then we look at the industry giants that are supporting us, the possibility of restoring the USTC repeg and actually turning back on that market module would turn the burning situation into the most hyperbolic, steroid-induced athlete you've ever seen that would just never stop running until the coins had burnt. It's at that point you would balance the market module out, and you would create a consistent arbitrage opportunity to either restore the peg by a penny or 2 pennies, or bring it back down to a peg by a penny or 2 pennies. And that's how that arbitrage system works. Self-serving technology is definitely the way forward. But like I was saying, right, this bullish sentiment, these signals emerging is what we want to see from the broader consensus, because there's a whole world outside of our blockchain, and it really, a lot of people worry so much about the image we portray on the inside, and it's like that image is going worldwide into crypto. Everybody's looking to get involved in crypto, and as crypto becomes more widely adopted, right, we need to get way more aligned with things. We need to become as decentralized and self-governed as we can, because ultimately, if you don't regulate yourself in the correct manner, someone like Gary Gensler will come and regulate you for you. And you just don't want pressured regulation. You want to be showing that you're setting an example and you're doing things right and you're going the correct routes about it. So if you look at loads of these different articles, there's loads of them just over the past week, pretty much saying about different, kind of patterns, different kind of signals, and everything's looking good. And places like this who are offering airdrops, really good. And we need to get more holders. We need more unique holders. We need more burns. We need more of everything at this point as a blockchain. But I think what is always our issue is we try to thin ourselves out way too thin to try and cover too much at once. And, a lot of the time we're leaving things that are not done. They're not tied off. And this is kind of the issue around endpoint infrastructure, wallet infrastructure. And it's just sort of been an issue that's always there and no one wants to address it and just act like everything's fine until someone privatizes the sector. But I ultimately believe, right, more burns are going to come once we start to get our own infrastructure that's in place, that's consistently working all the time. We can start to open up IBC connections. We can open up to Alliance. We can do all of these amazing things and try introduce something other than just USDC into our sector. Because if we can get something like USDC through Axelar, right, or somewhere else, not all people want to use, some people get set in their ways, right? Some people only want to use USDC, or some people only want to use BNB, so to speak, and different things like that. And, we shouldn't cut ties with all of these different sort of areas where we can bring liquidity to our blockchain and try to keep it on our blockchain as much as possible, because the more liquidity in the sector, the better. The more liquidity, the more coins that are burning in a fashion that still provides liquidity in a cycle, right? Because there's always this biggest issue with when Binance does like a big burn like this, that $112,000 is gone. The liquidity cycle, if this was just like a one-time thing for them, would be over, and you would just get that one instant burn. But what Binance are doing seems to be kind of efficient way of doing things. But it says in one of these articles they will be more or less giving information on the next burn, which would be the 13th burn, and it's going to be going into the blog. They'll post it and it will be shared. So as soon as that comes up, as soon as we've got information as to what's going on next, I'll get a video out to update everyone. I think it's important that we ensure to keep these burns going, because it's the most substantial burning we have each and every month, and it happens without fail, and it has happened 12 times. So the possibility of losing this, it would be very damaging for our community, because it would sort of signal that maybe Binance isn't supporting. But I don't think that's the case. I think they've invested too much into this already to just give up at the first hurdle, so to speak. But all interesting stuff, all food for thought, right? And thinking about this alter theory of CZ actually having some kind of strange plan for our blockchain. Let me know what you folks think about all of this. Let me know what you're thinking. Just drop it down in the comment section and stuff like that. And, I'll try to get back to you. But other than that, none of this is financial advice, folks. Beware of scammers, beware of doppelgangers, beware of anyone pretending to be me. All of this is my own opinion. It's all for educational purposes only. And I will catch you in the next one.